At the passage of death, the last words of a dying politician. Chief Uchenna Okoro was a name that commanded respect and fear. A once powerful politician, he had controlled the strings of power for decades, reaping wealth, wielding influence, and living lavishly. But now, in his old age, his body was a shadow of its former self, ravaged by sickness and pinned to a deathbed he could not escape. His body betrayed him, unable to move, eat without assistance, or even maintain dignity as he lay helpless, feeding, urinating, and defecating where he rested. His suffering was endless, and though he begged for death's release, it never came. Instead, his pain multiplied, and despair consumed him. One night, as the wind howled outside his mansion, a booming, supernatural voice filled his room. The voice was stern and relentless, echoing in his mind and shaking his soul. "Do you understand the power of the seed?" the voice asked. Confused and trembling, Uchenna tried to speak but failed. The voice continued, laying bare the truths he had ignored his entire life. "You are the seed you were born to be. Every life is a seed designed to bear fruit. Did you nurture yourself with virtue, or did you poison yourself with greed?" Memories of corruption, deceit, and selfish ambition overwhelmed Uchenna. He had planted seeds of exploitation, betrayal, and lies, watching them grow into power for himself, but despair for others. "The seeds you sow grow and multiply," the voice thundered. "What did you plant in the lives of the orphans, the poor, the homeless? Did you nurture them as seeds of life, or did you scatter them to despair? Your harvest is what you reap now. Loneliness, agony, and regret." Tears streamed down Uchenna's face. He remembered the bribes, the ignored cries of the needy, and the countless lives destroyed by his ambition. "The fruit you consumed was poisoned by your own hand. The cup you drank from was of your making. Every seed holds life, and every life is a seed." The voice softened, but its weight remained. "You cannot change your harvest, Uchenna, but you can plant a new seed for the next generation. Call your son. Teach him what you failed to learn." Summoning all his strength, Uchenna called for his only son, Chidi. As the young man knelt by his father's bed, the once mighty politician spoke with an urgency he had never known. "Chidi," he whispered, his voice cracking, "life is a seed. You are a seed. What you plant today will grow tomorrow. Sow kindness, honesty, and care for others. Tend to the seeds of the poor, the forgotten, and the broken. They too are life." Chidi listened intently, tears brimming in his eyes. "Do not drink from a poisoned cup like I did," Uchenna continued. "Learn to nurture what is good and true. Promise me you will plant seeds that will grow into a better world." "I promise, father," Chidi vowed. A faint smile crossed Uchenna's face, and the voice returned one last time, whispering, "Your lesson is complete." With that, Uchenna breathed his last. Years later, Chidi became a leader, honorable, compassionate, and revered. He often spoke of his father's final words, inspiring others to live lives rooted in virtue and purpose, planting seeds of kindness and integrity wherever they went. Moral lessons. 1. You are a seed. The choices you make define the fruit you will bear. 2. The seeds you sow, your actions impact others, ensure they grow into goodness. 3. The fruit you consume, what you partake in shapes who you become. Choose wisely. 4. Every life is a seed. Treat all lives, especially the marginalized, as precious and full of potential. 5. Legacy of the seed. It is never too late to plant wisdom for future generations. Let this tale remind us. Life is a garden, and we must tend it with care, for the seeds we sow will determine the harvest we reap.